Hello and welcome to our Total Transformation Thursday. My name is Stephanie Don, and I'm really happy to be here with you today. I'm going to be joined by my colleague and friend, Maria Martin, and we're going to be talking about something very serious today. We are going to be discussing glyphosate and cancer. And I've got a story to share with you about those two things. And then I'm going to bring Maria on. So I've got two stories I want to share with you, actually. So approximately 5 years ago, I was dealing with my son, Zephyr, my youngest boy, who's currently 15. And Zephyr had suffered from what I would call gut dysbiosis for most of his young life. And I just figured, oh, he just has a weak constitution and he is, just a really picky eater, stuff like that, right? And so thanks for muting everyone. So I was struck one week when he was ill repeatedly, morning after morning after morning. And I was like, is this just nervousness about going back to school? Because it was like a week before going back to school and I didn't quite understand what was going on. Well, what I learned is that the food that he had been eating, that I had been feeding him for most of his young life, his favorite cereal, Cheerios, had the highest parts per billion of glyphosate in it, of all these products that were tested in 2016. And when I learned that 0.1 parts per billion caused severe organ damage in rats, you can imagine my outrage. That's an extraordinary amount of glyphosate in a serving of Cheerios. And these are, America's favorite cereal, right? Honey Nut Cheerios, etc. So I was sad that I had to take his favorite cereal out of his diet. And then I was mad, really mad. And I've been an activist for a really long time. And I know that, it's okay to be mad, but then we got to get organized. So I'll say a little bit more about that in a moment, but I needed to deal immediately with Zephyr's health. And so our company, PURIUM Health Products, that very summer had released a product that had been designed to take glyphosate out of the body. And I have to be completely honest with you, I was very skeptical that it would do that. But I really didn't have a choice. I knew that what was going on with my son was severe. I knew that it was involving his gut because he had nausea and diarrhea. And I knew that I could potentially help him. I kind of had to lean into my mentor, Dave Sandoval, and what he'd created and give him the biomedic to effectively remove the glyphosate out of his body. And I also had to limit anything that would further exacerbate his gut. And so that's exactly what I did. I took the Cheerios out, I took the bagels out, I took the corn out, I took anything sugary out of his diet, and I gave him the biomedic for a week. And within 1 week's time, I had my boy back. Now, keep in mind, the clinical trials for biomedic had not come out yet. And I was really happy that my son was healthy. But I honestly, I like science when it serves us to know that what we're doing, the reasons why it's happening. And I really did want to know. And so I kind of was happy that my boy was healthy. And I was heartened, right? But I really wanted to know I was really excited to see what the clinical trials would state. So I'll say more about that in a moment. But one of the other things that I want you to know about that I discovered that summer is that the University of California, San Diego, had come out with a paper in the Journal of American Medicine, JAMA, and they had determined that over the past 26 years, which was effectively the entire time that I'd been living in California. I'm originally from Canada. There'd been a 500% increase of glyphosate found in Southern Californians. So not only was it in our food, but it was in our air, it was in our drinking water, it was in the rain coming down upon us. It's been found in the umbilical cords of babies as they're born. And, the more that I learned, the more upset that I got. And, where does glyphosate come from? Well, it's an herbicide. It's the main ingredient in Roundup, which is a weed killer that you probably are all aware of. And I learned that this product was used in conventional farms as a desiccant. It was used as a drying agent in order to speed harvest, to speed the oats getting to the factories to be turned into Cheerios, okay, in the case of my son Zephyr. So, and it had been used on conventional farms and conventional crops for 40 years, since 1974. And so I was really grateful that, Zephyr's gut seemed to be turning around. And I waited with hope that the clinical trials for this product would show, would show something that would be, profound for us, for those of us who had a lot of hope for not only for my child, but I knew that there were a lot of children with autism who suffered from gut dysbiosis. And what we know now is that the gut is the second brain. And I had hope for my friends who had children with autism. And we're going to do another presentation, Maria and I, that's more focused on autism, but I wanted you to know that this is Maria's concern as well. And she can speak to that briefly tonight. So the clinical trials came out about 2 or 3 months after I'd helped my son. And what I learned about our product, I've been a brand partner with PURIUM for a little over a year. And what I learned about Biomedic is that it removed glyphosate from the body 74% in a 6-week period of time. And it also reduced the C-reactive protein, CRP, which is the marker for inflammation, by 75% in the same amount of time. Now, I'm just a lay person, really. I'm not a medical professional of any kind. But the people that were already in PURIUM working as brand partners that were health practitioners were very impressed by these findings, by these clinical trials. And so I felt that I could absolutely move forward with sharing more so about Biomedic. And so ever since then, I have been educating about glyphosate. I've been educating about Cheerios. I was tapped in 2018 to be the chair of the Million Mom Movement, which is the activist arm of PURIUM Health Products. We are a community of moms and dads, of grandparents, of aunties, of uncles, of concerned caregivers who are deeply committed to not only getting the glyphosate out of our bodies and our families' bodies, but helping others to do the same. And Maria and I are going to be talking about that in the second part of our presentation. But I really wanted to do a deep dive today around the issue with glyphosate and the fact that the excuse me, the IARC, which is an international compendium of scientists, determined several years ago that glyphosate was a probable carcinogen. And Monsanto/Bayer, Monsanto used to be the creators of Roundup. They were purchased by Bayer, which is a massive German company, several years ago. And they have fought that IARC determination tooth and nail every single year with so much science of their own. And what we've learned now in some of the research that I've been doing for an interview that I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I'd like to invite you all to. I'll be interviewing the author of the Monsanto papers, Kara Gillam. And what we've learned now in her book is that Monsanto has ghostwritten the science of third-party scientists. They have fed the scientists information that would lead the scientists to make a determination that glyphosate does not cause cancer. So the egregiousness of that act, the lack of ethics has been absolutely jaw-dropping for me as I've deepened my awareness around just how toxic glyphosate is. And, you know, the main case that the book speaks to, it tells the story of Dwayne Lee Johnson, who was a groundskeeper, a landscaper, for the Benicia School District in Northern California, who was stricken with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is now being called the farmer's cancer. So many farmers have contracted non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And I have been, you know, it's been so just jaw-dropping for me to see these corporate employees repeatedly state and reject that it's not because of the glyphosate, it's not because of the Roundup, over and over and over. We need more science. We need more science. It's like they have awarded billions of dollars to litigants. If you just Google glyphosate and cancer, or glyphosate and glyphosate litigation, you'll see all the awards that have happened since 2018, when Dwayne Lee Johnson's case was awarded, I think it was like $400 million. Like, it was incredible. It was an incredible indictment of the guilt of Monsanto. So coming back to my story, my personal story. So you heard my story about Zephyr, but I wanted to share with you about my own story. So I found our company 6 years ago, and my initial gateway into the company was vanity. I was 10 years postpartum, and I really just wanted to lose weight. You know, I wasn't feeling good. I was carrying around 50 pounds of body weight that I just was like, what happened to my pre-baby body, you know? And so I wanted to fit into a bikini for my 50th birthday. And so that was my initial gateway into the company. And so I lost all the weight, lost 50 pounds, yay. And, you know, I'm really, really happy about, you know, how my body looks and how I feel in my body now. However, fast forward 3 years, from 6 years ago, I received a breast cancer diagnosis and tumors in both breasts, stage 3, with metastasis to the lymph node. And I made the determination pretty swiftly that I was going to heal the appearance of cancer in my body naturally. So these products have been foundational for me to really care for my body in a very deep and comprehensive way. And I've learned so much about the anti-cancer properties of what we have here. And there's just so many products that are brilliant for anti-cancer. And now that I've experienced cancer and I'm on the other side of it now, there's no further metastasis in my body. I can't help but wonder if my living in Southern California for as long as I did, 26 years, and knowing what I just shared with you about the UCSD paper that came out about glyphosate in Southern California is rising by 500%. If my living there, you know, coupled with the fact that I live right near LAX, where all the planes fly in and out and the jet fuel, coupled with the fact that I was in a very acrimonious marriage, coupled with the fact that I was working my tail off for my clients as an activist, caring for my children, caring for my husband at the time, like it was a toxic soup that I was living in. I have to wonder if glyphosate wasn't partially responsible for the cancer appearing in my body, you know? So we have a lot more to learn about cancer. It is very mysterious. And so I'm grateful for, you know, having these products that detox the body of these harmful herbicides. And I want to just clarify something for you. Herbicides are sort of like a subset of pesticides. Okay, so we can say pesticides because it covers herbicides. So I just want to share that with you. And so glyphosate is an herbicide, right? But pesticides, dicamba, there's so many out there. They all, I believe, it's not what God intended in order for us to grow our produce, in order for us to grow food. And I do believe that they all quite possibly can harm humans. And so one of the things that I just wanted to mention, the last point I want to make before I bring on Maria, is that it's very possible that our star product, Biomedic, also removes other pesticides. Now, we haven't done any sort of testing or clinical trials to determine this, but the founder of our company, who had his hand in the formulation of Biomedic, Dave Sandoval, did state that because the C-reactive protein was reduced by 75% in the 6 weeks in the early clinical trials that were done, it's very possible that other pesticides are being removed with Biomedic. So that gives me a lot of hope for people who are concerned about the pesticides that they may have been eating all these years. Over the decades that you've eaten conventional food, like I did before I found organic food. And it's almost impossible to eat organic food exclusively, especially when we're traveling. So now what I'd like to do is pass the baton to my beautiful colleague, Maria, who has been a health coach for over a decade, I think. Yes, Maria? Yeah, I'll let you share more about that. But she is an absolute soul sister of mine in terms of her passion around educating about glyphosate and the toxins in our food. She's had profound health upgrade. For someone who is already healthy, her story is really fascinating. And I'd love to welcome you here to share your story, Maria.
Thank you, Stephanie. And I just wanted to bring up, before I got into the things, that I just wanted to say thank you to Stephanie with my whole heart, being chair of the Million Mom movement, that is just changing. The content on there is truly life-changing. And I don't know if you realize what an impact that you're making and how important this all is and how much it's just going to explode and help so many people. And it just makes my heart so happy to be surrounded by people like you that are just, making a difference and helping people with your whole heart. And so I just wanted to say that before I got into the things.
Thank you, Maria.
And so I guess I'll tell, I have a lot of facts and figures here too, because that's the kind of girl that I am. You got me thinking actually with Zephyr's story about Richie. And my son, I have a son that is severely autistic and nonverbal and has some pretty severe behaviors. But when he was younger, he had very severe gut dysbiosis. He literally wouldn't go to the bathroom for 10 days, 2 weeks sometimes. And the doctors really didn't think much of that, right? And so I brought him, he spent 5 days at Boston Children's Hospital. He went to every specialist there was. Nobody ever mentioned it could be his diet, never once. And then I did a lot of research on my own about gut health and probiotics and, diet and things. And I'm thinking about it now. I was able to help him heal his gut. But one of the things I did, was take out all the wheat and dairy, which is full of glyphosate. So taking that out of his diet, and of course feeding him organic and all of that stuff. So now I feel like that played even though we didn't have Biomedic back then, I feel like it played such a huge role in him overcoming that. Which is super exciting. So that just kind of occurred to me while we were talking. And even myself, I have a lot of cancer in my family. My grandma died of cancer about 8 years ago. And my brother gets checked twice a year for esophageal cancer. My cousin just passed away 2 years ago from cancer. And so I'm basically the only person that's healthy. And I have gotten my change, even though I've been healthy for so many years. I had the last year, I had such a dramatic change in my health since I started taking Biomedic. I've had Biomedic every day since last June. Since day one, I've taken Biomedic every day, and my apothecary and my shakes, and I've added in the juice bar every day. So I'm adding in all of these things. And I came across a picture from 5 years ago when I thought I was really, really healthy. And I was like, wow, it was shocking for me to see what I looked like even 5 years ago and to currently what my skin looks like and what I look like. And that's when it really hit me of, so that's just a reflection of everything that's going on the inside. And so I didn't fully understand all of that literally until the past couple of weeks when I was seeing pictures and you can actually see your health change. It's amazing. And so, we know that that's the glyphosate, and that's helping me prevent getting sick. And I'll get into one of the things about glyphosate is glyphosate actually increases your C-reactive protein. So that's proof that the Biomedic is taking the glyphosate out and decreasing that C-reactive protein. So it's so amazing. And I'm trying to think of what I wanted to say that was really profound. So the things with the studies that they were doing from Monsanto that I was reading about today is they would do studies on rats, and they would only do it for a tiny amount of time, for like under 3 months or something crazy, when nothing would happen anyway. And they were trying to pass those studies off, saying that, it doesn't cause cancer, it doesn't do any of that. And isn't that crazy? So that's how they were making it actually look like it didn't cause cancer, because they were fixing the studies to make it show what they wanted it to show, which is really, really terrifying. But yeah, and I had some interesting information. As originally, glyphosate was actually patented in 1961 by the Stouffer Chemical Company as a chelating agent to strip mineral deposits off pipes and boilers in commercial water systems. So what does it do? It strips minerals. So that's what it's doing to our bodies, stripping, and that is a huge part of cancer prevention, is we need all of those minerals in our bodies. So that's kind of scary that that's what it was originally patented for. And then in the early 2000s, it was actually patented as an antibiotic. So it's a patented antibiotic, and we're filling our body with this, and we know what antibiotics do to our microbiome. And it's really, it's pretty crazy. And somebody was saying something about psychiatry drugs, right? And so wheat can actually cause gluten, but it's probably not the gluten, can actually cause schizophrenia and a lot of different neurological issues. And it's probably the glyphosate, not the gluten. It's the toxins that are causing those issues. And then, like Stephanie said, in 2015, they declared it as a probable carcinogen. And it was in 2020 when Bayer announced the settlement to pay over $10 billion to 100,000 people with cancer. And they proved that all in court, that the glyphosate caused the cancer.
Did you say 100,000 people?
Yep, that's what I've got that all from. Yeah, a lawsuit with 100,000 people. So it looks like it was a class action suit
Mhm.
divided, and they paid out over $10 billion. Imagine these companies have so much money that they can just be like, yeah, we'll just pay out lawsuits for billions of dollars without, that's how much power that they have.
Yeah, I was reading today that Bayer brings in $100 billion a year. So what's going on in terms of these little litigants who are dying of cancer? Some of them die before they even have their day in court. It almost felt to me, Maria, like they're just swatting gnats away. You know, they're that big that they're just swatting the gnats away financially. It's deeply concerning. We could go on and on. And we're getting down to the bottom of the hour, Maria. So we're going to pivot in just a moment here. I want to thank you. Please stay with us if you'd like to learn more about how you can become a distributor of Biomedic and, you know, all of Purium's incredibly beyond organic products. But as you can hear from what I shared and what Maria shared, what's going on with Americans, Canadians, you know, global health, because glyphosate is everywhere. This is a global product that is being used all over the world. It's the most widely used herbicide in the world, okay? And is affecting Americans, Canadians' health every single day. Biomedic is the only product that has been certified in the world to have removed, to remove glyphosate from the body. So this is so important. As a brand partner, I'm proud. I'm proud to represent this product. I'm proud to talk as often as I do about helping people to get the glyphosate out. And so I'm excited to, you know, that you made it here tonight, and that so whoever invited you really loves you. Okay. They really love you and they want you to be healthier. If you're watching the replay, and they have a discount code for you in order to purchase any Purium product, you can receive $50 off. If it's between $75 to $200, or you receive 25% off if it's $200 or more, right? So substantial discount when you are first purchasing Purium products. And then if you become a loyal customer and you get our products monthly, you can lock in that 25% off. So on that note, I want to pivot here, and I want to talk a little bit more about what is this company Purium? You know, what are we doing here, and how it is that Maria and I have aligned with this beautiful company that so elegantly mirrors our own values. Okay. So 6 years ago, I was a very busy business coach. I was working with women entrepreneurs predominantly. I did work with a few smart men, but I worked with mostly birth professionals, many health practitioners, women who are wanting to elevate their business. I would help them to double and triple their income, whether they had a brick and mortar or an online business, or they were speakers. I really worked the gamut, the spectrum of women entrepreneurs, and it was an incredible experience, and I loved my work so much. I was not looking for another stream of income at all. I was very happy with what I was earning. And like I said, you know, my gateway to Purium was weight loss. But being the person that I am, being the activist that I am, being the servant leader that I am, I couldn't keep this secret to myself. And I knew I had to share it with my girlfriends. I knew I had to share it with the women in my circles, with the moms that I knew, and the birth professionals that I knew, the women that work with moms, you know. And so it was at that point, about 6 months after being a happy customer, that I decided I was going to share. I was going to get the word out about my weight loss and how I'd been helped by these incredible organic pure products. So I started sharing super casually on Facebook, you know, just the odd post here and there, and started to elevate through the company without even trying, which I thought was really cool. And I was like, wonder what would happen if I tried. So I started to put my attention towards finding others who might want to do this business with me. And sure enough, I found one of my dear friends and fellow activist and just amazing mom on a mission who I locked arms with, and we started galvanizing all the moms. All these activist moms were coming over to my living room. Twice a week, I was having gatherings in my home, educating about the toxins in our food, educating about the need to detox regularly, and educating about the need to nourish. I mean, my girlfriend that I had brought this to, she was severely depleted. She'd just given birth to her third baby, and she'd just been diagnosed with postpartum depression. And she said she rose like a phoenix from the ashes after enjoying our cleanses and enjoying our nutrition. And so I just knew I had to keep going with this company. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is really helping women. It's really helping my friends. I'm going to keep going. And the other thing that I learned about was the beauty of residual income, because I'd been working in the dollars for hours model for many years as a coach. And I loved what I did. And like I said, I wasn't looking for another stream of income. But when I really started to learn about residual income, I was really taken by what my life could look like if I really leveraged this business model with this company. So I already was a happy customer, right? And I'd already had all this amazing weight loss, but I really wanted to know, what was this company made of? So I went to their convention. I wanted to see who was being attracted to this opportunity. And sure enough, I was blown away by the people that I was meeting at the company's convention. And I was like, this is it. This is my exit strategy, to leave my dollars for hours job as a business coach, And I fell in love with the owners, Amy and Dave. They had just gone up against Monsanto to, excuse me, they just gone up against Monsanto to secure a whole bunch of farms in Thailand to become organic, because the rice bran solubles in our products were not organic when I first started. And that was one of two products that weren't organic. And we have about 70, 75 products. And so I wasn't going to make a big stink about that. But when I heard that Dave Sandoval had gone to Thailand to negotiate with these farmers, I started to extrapolate, and I was like, wow, if Dave is helping conventional farmers go organic in Thailand, what's possible when this company is 10 years old or 20 years old? And my activist self started to get really excited. And when he referred to all of us in the ballroom as servant leaders, then I was like, wow, he's talking about me, because I'd been an activist for 30 years at that point. I'd been an organic activist. I'd been a birth freedom activist, social justice, medical freedom activist, like you name it. I was in it, right? And those of you who are here that have known me for a long time, like I, maybe to my own detriment sometimes, but I raise my voice. I'm not quiet about the things that I care about, and I'm willing to be wrong. And so I just loved what the company stood for, and I loved who the founders showed themselves to be to me. And I was like, yeah, I can really get behind this as a brand partner. And so I started to really work it as a brand partner. I started elevating through the ranks, and now it's my number one source of income. I do have several other streams of income, but I'm really, really happy with what it is that I've been able to create here with PURIUM and the organization that I've been able to foster. And so I'm a lifer. I'm a lifer with this company. I'm not going anywhere. And I want to pass the baton back to Maria now, because Maria and I had known each other on Facebook for about a decade, and we'd never really connected, but she saw me go live talking about glyphosate a year ago. So how was that for you, Maria? And let us know what's happened for you in the past year since we first collided on Facebook a year ago.
Wow, a lot has happened. But it's funny, I did watch you for a while, and I would comment here and there, and you would message me. And there was this one video last June that I was just I ended up watching. I don't watch videos that are, a little bit longer and stuff. And I was hanging on her every word for like 30 minutes. And I was like, I learned that I didn't know that something could have glyphosate in it um, if it was non-GMO. I thought it wouldn't have glyphosate in it. So I started learning things from Stephanie that I didn't know, and I was like, I need to be connected with this person that knows so much, right? And then she started talking about PURIUM, and I don't even remember which products, but I was like, and then she messaged me and I was like, I must go on, right, and check this all out. And I didn't wait 6 months. I literally, it was the next day that I signed up, because I had never seen, in all of my 10 years of health coaching, I have researched every single company and supplement and product and the ingredients, and there was nothing that I call it Health Coach Maria approval, but I call it, it's Health Coach Maria approved, right? And so there was nothing I could actually say that for. And I finally stopped checking things and telling people, if it's not organic, I'm not even going to read it. Like, I'm not even going to take a look at it. And so I literally went through all the products and was looking at all the ingredients. And I was like, I know that I'm going to find something, because I'm always on the lookout. I'm like, where's the thing? And I couldn't find anything, not one thing that I could say isn't Health Coach Maria approved. So I was like, this is it, because then I was so happy in the beginning just to have products that were so healthy for my clients, and to actually have something to offer them. And then throughout the year, that changed so much especially through my personal experience of thinking I was like the healthiest girl there was. I had no idea there was an entirely different level healthy that I was going to experience. And then when I started seeing my clients do the cleanses and having insane experiences, like we're talking day 5, people have more energy, they're sleeping better. It literally is so fast. And the whole, when they do the whole cleanse, it's a completely life-changing experience. And so I'm moving into, okay, now I can take this, and instead of coaching like 20 people at a time, I want to grow this huge organization of people helping everybody get healthy and truly healing their body. I learned the difference between something organic that comes from the grocery store and all of our products that actually come from regenerative soil. And I've learned so much throughout this past year. And if I'm yelling, I'm sorry, because I have earbuds in my ear and I get excited. But the thought of being able to branch out and help thousands of people through a whole entire organization, that's what excites me. Of course, we started doing that, right? And I feel like we're in such an emergent situation right now. It's an emergency to help as many people as we don't have time anymore to help as many people as we possibly can help, and just to gather all of us mamas and grandmas and helpers, and gather as many people that love our kids and want to change things. Because I do believe, it seems like it's a really tough situation, but I feel like we can create great change, and we can do it quickly. And so if you're watching, we want you to join us and make a difference with us. And it's incredible what we can do. So
thank you.
anyway, and I've also seen, I'll stop in 1 minute, but I've also seen just the transformations that I've been seeing from, it doesn't matter what health issue it is. I have those rolling through my timeline. Even type 1 diabetes, the transformations. It's incredible to see people's lives completely transform. And it's just, I'll cry even thinking about it. So I'll stop there.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Maria. Yeah, there's several things I'd like to say about what you just shared. So the first thing is that, for someone who came in desiring weight loss and ended up getting cancer and is still alive to tell the tale, that's my own journey, right? But what's been so remarkable for me, Maria, and you just spoke to it, is that I have witnessed here on my own team, but also beyond for the past 6 years, people transform very serious diagnoses to the point where the doctors are like, huh? And they go and they get tested, and everything is, the doctors just can't believe what they're seeing. So here's what I know. Food heals. Food heals. Food, or pseudo food, standard American diet, can also really harm us and give us cancer. And so what I've learned is that cancer is not a death sentence. Cancer is not a death sentence. Cancer is a massive wake-up call to change everything. Everything. What you're eating, what you're doing with your life, how you're spending your time, where you're working, where you're living, how you're loving. Okay. So thank you for muting everybody. So it's been so eye-opening for me to watch people transform their health with our protocols. Absolutely mind-blowing. And when you can help to the degree that we can help, even if you just want to share a little bit and just make a couple $100 a month, you can do that. Or if you want to build massive organizations like what Maria and I are creating, you can do that. It's up to you. So as someone who's been a long-time entrepreneur, I get to create life on my terms with this company. I get to create my own days, my own time. My time is my own. I design my days, and that's incredibly liberating for me. And my kids, they're so funny. They're working at a restaurant right now this evening, as a matter of fact. And they're like, Mom, you have no idea how hard we have to work. And I'm like, oh, really? I had so many restaurant jobs back in the day. I'm like, why do you think I've designed a job that gives me time freedom, location freedom, and financial freedom? So I'm trying to transmit these important aspects of money making and doing business to my children right now, so that they get it. Residual income is where it's at. It is where it's at. I make money while I'm still sleeping, at 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning, because I have team on the East Coast that's already working. All right. So it's leveraged. This business model is leveraged, and it's elegant. It's done for you. Okay. We have the most beautiful website. We have the most beautiful compensation plan, very generous, very, very generous. Every time we share our code, you get a code when you join PURIUM, your affiliate code, your discount code, your gift code, whatever you want to call it. Every time you share that code, you receive 20% off, 20% commissions rather. They receive 25% off. Okay. The first time that you share. And I broke it down before. If it's between 75 to 200, it's $50 off. If it's over 200, it's 25% off. So that's sweet. And if that's coming in monthly, that's sweet residual income when you have a lot of customers. So in my organization right now, I have over 3,000 people in my organization. And so that's 3,000 lives that have been touched by PURIUM and by these protocols. I couldn't reach 3,000 people in my coaching organization. I don't have time for that. Right, Maria? And that was your awareness too, right? Like you were working in this one-on-one capacity. Will you speak a little bit about that when the lights went on for you about how you realized that you could help more people this way?
Yeah, it was pretty quickly. um, because you bring on people like you who are going to help people. Instead of helping just that one person, they can turn around and help people who help people who help people. And the other thing about doing one-on-one coaching, which was amazing, was that I was all by myself. And so I didn't have a team. I didn't have a Stephanie to be like, can you please come on this call with, Stephanie? So you actually have an entire team of people here to support you and help you and guide you through your journey. I didn't have any of that as a one-on-one coach. And so I just kind of, just had the epiphany of I need to try, and I've been doing really well trying to start combining things and moving over to doing, I'm probably like 80% PURIUM at this point, and only taking on clients like here and there, because I feel like I create such a bigger impact. I can teach a class to a lot of people and help a lot of people and create such a big impact. And so, yeah. And it's super exciting, and it's so much more fun to have all of my sisters and watch and get inspired every day by Nirancar and Zaya and Tal and all of you guys every single day. I didn't have that before. It's a very lonely world.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like coaching friends that you connect with, but it's not the same, because we're just all on the same mission together, and just all here to help each other. And so that makes a huge difference, and it's been so much fun. And then it gets you more excited to reach more people, and then you watch other people reaching more people, and you're like, I have to reach more people, and you just keep feeding off all of the excitement and all the stories, and it's just so amazing.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. Yeah, that was a huge selling point. Like I was talking about going to the first convention back in 2016, and I got to meet the community, and I got to see that there were organic farmers, and there were stay-at-home moms, and there were artists, and there were, just all these, there were health practitioners and doctors. So many different types of people that were being drawn to this company. And it was deeply meaningful to me, because I'm all about, where's my tribe? Who's my tribe? Right. And I've had many in my adult life. Where's my church community, my environmental community, my activist community? I've had many tribes. And so when I found PURIUM, I was like, found my business tribe. This is it. And so then when I got tapped to be the chair of the Million Mom Movement, I was like, oh my gosh, now I can merge my prosperity with my activism. Like, wow. It's like, yeah, this is definitely meant to be, and exciting and inspiring to me. And so every Friday we have something that's known as Fierce Friday. And we all connect as a community of world changers, really. Last week we were business forward. Tomorrow we're health forward. We spell each week off. We go business, health. And so tomorrow, I can't even tell you, like last week we had like 107 people on the Zoom. Tomorrow we're going to have over 200. I can just feel it. I'm interviewing Carrie Gillum, who's the author of the Monsanto Papers. And I'm so excited. I am so excited that this is my job. This is my job. I get to help people go after the bad guys and change their lives, change their health, and change their financial reality, right? To create financial wellness. So the mission of the company is to end human suffering. And when I heard Dave Sandoval say that about 5 years ago at convention, I was like, can we really do that? Like, it really stopped me in my tracks. I was like, I just did not know what Dave knew. Dave had been working in the health field for 30 years, and I just didn't know what Dave knew. And when I started to, the longer I stick around here, the more I see that people are suffering because of what they're eating. And they're not making the connection between what they're eating and how they're feeling. So people are also suffering because of what's going on in their financial reality. So we help people in both ways, with their health and their wealth. And this gives me a lot of pleasure. I love talking about the business. I love helping women and stay-at-home moms make a ton of money. It makes me really happy, because when those of us that care are funded, lives change, people change, our communities will change, and the world that we live in will change. So this is, every time I go out in the world, every time I'm on a Zoom like this, I'm representing the heart of Dave and Amy. That is who they are. They are world changers. This is what they've done by creating PURIUM. And as a brand partner for PURIUM, you are joining hundreds of thousands of wellness warriors who are here to change lives. And you can do it in a small way, and you can do it in a very, very big way. We just, in the last year, we have had more crowns elevate in our company than I've seen in the whole 6 years I've been here. So what does crown mean? A crown means they're making anywhere between $15,000 and $20,000 a month. So those are pretty impressive numbers. That is where I am looking to head with the organization that I'm creating. And I want to invite you to join us. I want to invite you to join the Million Mom Movement. I want to invite you to join the work that Maria and I are devoted to every single day. And, keep your dollars for hours job if you want to. I did for many years, until the cancer diagnosis. Then I stepped away. And when I stepped away, guess what? My business coaching income totally tanked. But the part-time income that I'd been working to create for 3 years leading up to the breast cancer diagnosis kept coming in, because I had a robust organization of distributors that were working and that I was deeply connected to, and they wanted me to be well. And they knew that by their working underneath me, they would help me. They would help my children. They would help my family. So this is a community. This is a family. This is the PURIUM family. And we want you to join us. So what does that mean practically? It means that when you get the business, if you purchase the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, which we haven't really spoken about that much tonight, but it's one of our most popular 30-day cleanses. When you purchase that 30-day cleanse, you're going to get the business for free. Okay, so what does that mean for free? It means that you get unlimited gift codes for a year. All right, codes that you can give to friends and family, codes that you can share with other potentially brand partners that want to join your organization. And you also get the back office, which is the Dreams technology that helps you see what's going on in your business. And then you also get the PURIUM app, which allows you to share videos, PDFs, the clinical trial, the biomedic clinical trial, like I've been speaking to, is in that app. So you have everything at your fingertips that you need to do your business on your phone. So that's what you get when you get the business. All right. And then the other thing that you get is a robust team of wellness warriors. We all are doing different things in the world, but we are at work every single day to share the good word of what we have here with PURIUM health products. And so, and besides that, we have corporate Zooms that happen in the evening, and then we have team Zooms that happen. And so whatever you can plug into, it's there for you. We have everything. So any final words, Maria, before we sign off here?
It's just, I don't know what else to say, except it's the most amazing feeling to watch people transform and start feeling better and change their lives. And it's something we can all do. So you don't have to be a health coach. You have the support of everyone. and anyone can do it. And we need you so bad to
Yeah.
help everyone.
Yeah. I love that you said it's an emergency. It really is an emergency because people are sick and they don't know why. And we have the solution. So I call myself an accidental health coach. You do not need to be a health coach. You just need to care. You just need to care. And so I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank you for your time this evening. I know you have many places you could be putting your energy, and we're grateful that you chose to be here with us tonight. And I just want to say, get back to the person that invited you to be here, and they will chat with you further and see how it is that we can support you in creating greater health and wealth. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye for now.